Hello, my name is Joyce Harper and I've been working in the field of IVF and PGD since 1987, and in this video I want to tell you a little bit about my research group and what I'm involved with. I run 2 master's courses. I'm very passionate about education. They're in prenatal genetics and fetal medicine and reproductive science and women's health, and you can find further information and some videos about that on the Institute webpage. So I originally started in 87 as a clinical embryologist in one of the busiest IVF units in the UK. But in 1992, I joined the Hammersmith PGD team and started working with Alan Handyside and Robert Winston. Originally, I was starting on embryo biopsy, but in 1993, I collaborated with Joy Delhanty at University College London and started looking at chromosome abnormalities in human pre-implantation embryos. And I've been at UCL since that time. So my research interests have evolved over the years. We were one of the first to identify chaotic embryos and also show the very high levels of mosaicism in human embryos. But in more recent years, I've been also looking at mouse models of early development and moving my interest back into embryology and IVF. So I've been comparing in vivo and in vitro development of the mouse embryo, looking at DNA fragmentation in sperm and embryos, looking at metabolomics, looking at chromosome abnormalities, even in mouse embryos, and then also more recently looking at time-lapse of mouse and human embryos. This research that I've been doing more recently is in collaboration with the CRGH, the Centre for Reproductive and Genetic Health here in London, and the main interest that we're looking at is how we select the embryo, especially for IVF. Embryo selection is a real key stage of IVF to help with the success rate. Through this work, I've also been doing a number of collaborations. So in 1997, I was one of the co-founders of the ESHRA PGD Consortium, and I still do a lot of work with this consortium at the moment. I'm still past chair. And I also have been chair of the special interest group with ESHRA in reproductive genetics. I've been involved with the ESHRA accreditation of clinical embryologists, the ESHRA Culture Media Working Group, ESHRA PGS Working Group, and also more recently e-learning. So I'm using my interest in education to do work with ESHRA to try and promote learning in the fields of IVF and reproductive genetics. I also do a few things with the Human Fertilisation and Embryology Authority, and I'm on the Horizon Scanning panel and also part of the Science Advisory Group, SCAC. So in recent years I've written a number of key papers, including a large study we did between ESHRA and the European Society of Human Genetics on the interface between genetics and ART. We've also written a paper on the ethics of the new technology that's developing in IVF. And this has been a really key role for me. A couple of years ago, I wrote a key paper on when and how should new technology be brought into the IVF lab. We've got a lot of new technology that's being developed that has not been validated or shown to be effective. And so it's really part of my aim now to make sure that we develop technology that's effective and really valid in the treatment of IVF. So if you'd like to find out any further information about me, please visit joyceharper.com or visit the UCL Centre for PGD website, where you'll find further information about what we do in PGD. Thank you.